Have you ever wondered why the world feels foreign to you, even though you were born into it? Why the conversations that excite others leave you empty, and the paths they chase with passion feel hollow in your eyes? You have tried to blend in, to silence the inner fire, yet it refuses to be extinguished. That unease, that restlessness, is not weakness. It is a signal, a reminder that you are not here to conform, but to awaken. From the beginning, you have sensed it, a difference, a knowing. The truth is simple yet profound. You were never designed to fit in. You carry a spirit that does not originate here. You are marked, chosen, set apart by God Himself. And until you understand the depth of this truth, the world will always feel too small for the magnitude of your being. You are more than what you see in the mirror. Your flesh is a vessel, but your essence reaches beyond the boundaries of time and matter. In Genesis, it is written, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." To be made in that image is not to resemble God physically, but spiritually. Your DNA carries His imprint. His breath is woven into your being. That is why the sense of being different has followed you for so long. You were never designed to identify only with the physical form. You are spirit first, wrapped in flesh for a season. This divine imprint explains the restless longing that refuses to fade. While others may find satisfaction in temporary pleasures, you feel a pull towards something more. The world's systems, its promises of success, its distractions, none of them are enough to silence that call. You dream beyond what is possible, because your nature itself is not bound to what is possible. The yearning you carry is not weakness. It is memory, a memory of your true origin, a whisper of eternity echoing through your soul. Yet everything around you tries to persuade you otherwise. From the moment you entered this world, voices have told you that you are ordinary, that you must conform, that you are no different from anyone else. But deep inside, your spirit resists. That resistance is not rebellion. It is recognition. Something in you refuses to settle for a lie because it already knows the truth. You were created in the image of God, carrying a spark that will not be extinguished, no matter how much the world tries to bury it. When you remember this truth, chains begin to fall. Fear loses its authority. Doubt no longer defines you. The rules of the world no longer limit you, because you realize you were never playing by their rules to begin with. What you carry is greater than circumstances, greater than systems, greater than flesh. To awaken to your spirit is to awaken to your freedom, the freedom to walk above the ordinary and embrace the eternal nature of who you are. This is why you were never meant to fit in. You are not here to simply survive as flesh, but to reveal spirit. You are divinity wrapped in dust, eternity passing through time, God's image moving through a broken world. And when you finally embrace this, you begin to walk differently. Not with arrogance, but with authority. Not seeking validation, but knowing your value. You are chosen, set apart, and the fire within you is proof that you were never designed to live as anything less. Jesus declared, "They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world." These words draw a clear line, separating those bound to the world from those who are not. And if your spirit carries the divine imprint, then you belong to that second group. Spirit may be wrapped in flesh, but its essence is not of this place. You were sent here, not born of here. That is why the disconnect between you and the world has always been so strong. You were never designed to belong in a system that cannot recognize your true origin. Everything around you may try to convince you otherwise, but deep down, you know. There is a higher rhythm within you, one that refuses to blend into the static noise of the world. This is why the crowd has never felt like home. You walk among them, but your thoughts stretch beyond their limits. Their rhythm feels foreign to your spirit because your song plays to a higher frequency. Where they see permanence, you see passing shadows. Where they chase possessions, you long for purpose. To them, your fire feels disruptive, almost threatening, because it exposes the emptiness of what they cling to. And to you, their comfort feels like a prison, a slow suffocation of your spirit. No matter how hard you try to blend in, something within refuses to let you settle into their mold. You can wear the mask, but it will always crack under the weight of who you truly are. Consider the lion wandering through a city street. It does not belong there, and everyone around it knows it. Fear rises, resistance forms. Efforts are made to capture it, cage it, diminish it. Yet none of these things can strip the lion of its essence. A lion remains a lion, no matter the setting. Its roar will still shake the ground, even if surrounded by concrete walls. In the same way, you remain chosen, no matter how much the world tries to reduce you to ordinary. The more you suppress your nature, the more your spirit roars in silence, demanding to be heard. You were born to stand out, and when you deny that truth, your very soul aches with the weight of forgotten purpose. Rejection, then, is not a curse, but a confirmation. Every time the world misunderstands you, every time people distance themselves from you, every time doors close that seem wide open for others, it is proof. Proof that you were never meant to follow their path. Proof that your calling cannot be confined to the systems of man. If you were like everyone else, acceptance would come easily. But you are not like everyone else. You are chosen, and being chosen requires separation. Because what is set apart cannot function as common, just as light cannot merge with darkness without changing its essence. You cannot blend into the world without losing yourself. Many try to erase that difference, forcing themselves into spaces where their spirit cannot breathe. They chase approval, thinking that if they can just fit in, the ache will finally disappear. Yet the opposite happens. The more you deny your nature, the more restless you become. The more you silence your fire, the heavier the weight feels, until life itself feels like a burden. The world may applaud your effort to conform, but your soul will cry out in anguish. Because chosen ones were not created for cages, no matter how gilded they may appear. And one day, in the midst of that heaviness, the realization comes crashing down. You were never meant to fit in. So stop seeking validation from a world that cannot understand you. Stop silencing the roar that was placed within you by God Himself. To be chosen is to be set apart, and separation is not punishment. It is identity. You are not of this world, just as He is not of this world. The pain you feel in not belonging is not a flaw, but a signal that your spirit is aligned with something higher. And the moment you stop trying to belong to a place that was never your home, you will finally taste the freedom that comes with living as you were always meant to. Different, radiant, set apart, and fully alive in the truth of your spirit. Do not be deceived into thinking your struggles prove weakness. They are evidence of power. Darkness does not waste its energy on what carries no threat. The world does not resist what it can easily claim. But when a chosen one awakens, when someone begins to walk in the fullness of who they are, the atmosphere shifts. And that shift sends a warning into the unseen realm. Light has entered, and a darkness cannot remain unchallenged. The resistance you feel, the weight that presses against you, is not random. It is a direct response to the power you carry. Rejection, opposition, and trials are not signs that you have been abandoned. They are the fingerprints of your identity. You are targeted because you are priceless. You are resisted because you are dangerous to systems built on deception. The enemy does not fight what poses no risk, but he wages war against anything that carries destiny. Your very existence threatens the illusions of the world because you remind it of truth. Every attempt to silence you, every effort to discourage you, every voice that tells you to give up is proof that your light is working. If you were not chosen, there would be no need to fight you. This is why the pressure often feels relentless. You wake up to distractions, temptations, and lies, all designed to pull your spirit away from its true path. The world wants you to believe you are small, powerless, and ordinary. But chosen ones cannot be ordinary, no matter how hard they try. Every battle you face is meant to strip you of your memory, to make you forget who you are. Yet, just as fire does not destroy gold, but refines it, resistance does not destroy the chosen. It purifies them through the heat of trial. You are shaped into the vessel capable of carrying the authority already written into your spirit. Remember, the greater the calling, the greater the warfare. Seeds destined to grow into towering trees must first break through the soil, endure storms, and stretch towards the sun. The resistance of the ground is not a sign that the seed should remain buried. It is proof that life is within, fighting to rise. In the same way, the obstacles you face are not meant to bury you, but to reveal you. Each struggle builds strength. Each rejection builds resilience. Each battle confirms that you are meant for heights beyond what the world can comprehend. So let resistance be your teacher, not your enemy. Let it remind you of the treasure you carry. When the world pushes back, it is because it senses what you are about to become. When people reject you, it is because they cannot handle the weight of your destiny. And when darkness surrounds you, it is because your light has been noticed. Resistance does not mean you are failing. It means you are rising. And once you realize that truth, nothing can stop you from stepping fully into who you were created to be, chosen, powerful, and unshakable in spirit. To walk as chosen is not about blending into the world, but about embodying your difference with authority. Resistance may confirm who you are, but it is how you respond to that resistance that determines the path you walk. Stop looking for acceptance from a world that was never meant to understand you. Your separation is your signature, your mark of distinction. You are light in a realm that often prefers shadows, and that light cannot be hidden unless you choose to dim it. Embracing your true nature means carrying yourself with confidence, not arrogance, but the quiet strength of someone who knows their origin and refuses to forget it. Guarding your spirit becomes essential because everything around you will try to dull the flame you carry. The world has 1,000 distractions, temptations, and lies designed to strip you of your awareness. Proverbs reminds us, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. This means being intentional about the voices you listen to, the environments you remain in, and the thoughts you allow to take root. Not everything permissible is beneficial, and not every voice deserves your attention. When you guard your spirit, you preserve the purity of what God placed within you, ensuring that your identity remains unshaken, no matter how fiercely the world tries to distort it. To walk as chosen also means speaking with power, for your words carry weight. Scripture declares, death and life are in the power of the tongue. What you release into the world shapes the reality you step into. Speak weakness, and you will live small. Speak faith, and doors will open before you. Chosen ones do not wait for proof before declaring victory. They move by revelation, not by sight. And above all, remain connected to the source. Jesus said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Your strength, wisdom, and authority do not come from striving, but from alignment. In prayer, meditation, and communion with God, you find the power to rise above the noise. When you live in that connection, you no longer walk as ordinary flesh. You walk as chosen spirit, carrying light, authority, and purpose into a world that desperately needs it. You were never meant to fit in, and every step of your journey has been leading you to remember that truth. The rejection, the loneliness, the sense of being different, these were not punishments, but confirmations. You are not ordinary, and the world could never contain what God placed within you. To embrace this is to walk in freedom, the freedom to rise, to live in alignment with your higher calling, and to embody the truth of your spirit. Chosen one, the time for shrinking back is over. No more silencing your roar. No more trying to conform to what was never your home. You were created to stand apart, to shine, and to carry light into darkness. The truth about your spirit is clear. You are not of this world, and you were never meant to be. Rise now into your purpose. The kingdom is calling, and your time has come. If this recognition feels like home, you're among kindred minds at Awaken the Deep, where we practice walking set apart with clarity, authority, and light.